What's up, everybody? One Fun Guy podcast in the studio. I wanted to come at you guys and just apologize for my podcast. It's 5 o'clock. I was supposed to have Amerikan Overdose on. They had an unfortunate emergency. They had to cancel. Their tour manager sent me a message and said, "Hey, listen, can we reschedule? We just do not have the time today." And I said, "Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it." So obviously, I'm not going to be able to do my podcast with them today, but they will reschedule that. That'll happen sometime in the future. So don't worry about that. Like I said before, guys, the podcasting world is a unique one, right? Because people have lives, things happen. Logistically speaking, we just could not make this happen today. But they will be on again. They reassured me that they definitely want to do it. They appreciated, everything that I had put out for them and all the work. But I am excited because I still have Jordan tomorrow from Darkwater, so that's going to be awesome. That'll be 7 o'clock. It was very weird because normally I have a very set schedule for my podcast, right? So I have my you know the people that I'm going to have a conversation with. I talk to them first. We book out. We set a date. We set a time. And so when American Overdose sent me the message the other day and said, "Yeah, we'd love to do the podcast," it was quick, right? I was like, "Well, when do you guys want to do it?" They're like, "How does Friday sound?" So obviously they're touring. They have a busy schedule. They're playing live shows. They were making time for me, which was awesome, and I really appreciated that. So when they said Friday, would you want to do it? I said, "Yeah, that's fine. I'll set my schedule aside and we'll do that." Normally, if it had been anybody else, I would have just said no, right? I have my podcast lined up for Saturday, and it's going to be with Jordan. And normally, I would have just said that. Unfortunately, I would have said I already have a podcast set up. I can't do it. So with that being said, I made the exception, right? I'm like, yes, I'd love to do it because I want to have those guys on my show, right? Like I'm a huge metal fan, a hard rock fan. Like I said, I first even knew about those guys on the scene with Waylon's band, um, uh, A Killer's Confession. I was just happening to make a Mushroom Head playlist, and I was putting some of his stuff on there and some of the older unreleased Mushroom Head stuff. And I happened to come across a track with him on American Overdose, and I was like, "What's this band?" So it just kind of linked me up with them, and I was like, "This is awesome." So I befriended them on Facebook and then on TikTok and then on Instagram, and I was just sending them messages saying, "Hey, I have a podcast. I'd love for you guys to be on my show." And they were like, "Oh, we'd love to do it." And I'm like, "That's great," because that was like the first like national band that I would have had on my show. So I made time for them, and unfortunately, it didn't work. So not a knock against them, guys. Don't be upset with them. Like I said, logistically, they're on tour. They have a very limited time. An emergency came up. They're like, "Can we please reschedule?" I'm like, "Sure." So I respected that. I was a little, not upset. I was a little heartbroken because I was really looking forward to talking with those guys, right? And again, if you're not familiar with American Overdose, just go to Apple, go to Spotify, go to any major music thing, YouTube, type in American Overdose the way it's spelled on my link and check out their music. Like, it's awesome. If you're a hard rock or heavy metal fan, those guys are great. So I was super excited. I'm a little bummed. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not the end of the world. We'll reschedule. Things will happen. So with that being said, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night with Jordan. That's going to be awesome. Darkwater is another great band, guys. If you have not heard of Darkwater, Jordan has got an insanely amazing voice, right? Like, and I don't say that lightly because there's a lot of singers out there with good voices, and there's guys with not so good voices, and Jordan is just an incredible talent. So I'm excited to have him on, right? Because I wanted to kind of segue into the music world of my podcast because it's just something I like. I enjoy having guests on that I talk to and that I know. But I also am a fan of wrestling and watches. And I have Greg's coming up on a podcast. I have Kaji coming up on a podcast. So Greg is the Watchman on Instagram. If you don't follow him, I actually got in a hold of him through Teddy Beldessar. I was watching an interview with him and I was like, "Oh, this guy's awesome." I was like, kind of same field, same kind of like and love for watches. And so I reached out to him and I'm like, "Hey, you want to be on my podcast?" He said, "I'd love to." So I was like, "Awesome, let's set it up." So, just things that I'm interested in. I also like as well. So yes, I have my friends on. I have people that I know on, which is one aspect of it. But then I'm dabbling into the other things that I enjoy too: wrestling, watches, music, sports. So I'm hoping to have everybody from different walks of life on and go from there. So with that being said, guys, I just wanted to say that my podcast, unfortunately, for tonight at 5 o'clock is getting canceled. Um, I just wanted to come on and tell you guys that I won't be on with American Overdose tonight, but that will happen in the future, and I'll put it out, and I'll let you guys know when they're coming back on. And I'm trying to work on Waylon himself. I've been in contact with him, and again, guys, these I don't want to say like famous because they're famous, but like these big bands, they all have management teams, right? So you don't talk to them directly. It's everybody that's part of their management team, tour managers or band managers or whatever. Very very rarely do you reach out to somebody and it's actually the guy that you're talking to. Mostly it's their team. And they'll set it up through them if and when they're available to do a podcast or to sit down and give you time. You're not talking to the band directly. So I understand that, right? So logistically, like I said, these guys are on tour. They have a nationwide tour going on right now, which actually I'm slated to see them in July. That I already had that set up. So unfortunately, things came up today. I'm not going to be able to have them on my show tonight, but again, they will be a guest in a few weeks or whenever they have time. I talked to their tour manager. He assures me that they want to do it. They just, like I said, logistically could not make that happen today, which is fine, right? So I just wanted to come on though and say that the show for tonight is canceled, but tomorrow night I'm definitely on with Jordan. Dark Water, that's going to be awesome. So tune into that. I'll pop more stuff out tonight. Really get that going. And then if you guys hadn't seen me today, I was at Steam and Cuts with Alexa. She did my beard, so she groomed me up. So it was awesome. So I got my beard trimmed, got my beard done. I posted that video, the clips. Everything's on YouTube, guys. So again, One Fun Guy podcast across the platforms. This video is actually going to be posted on YouTube. And like I said, guys, don't be upset with the band. Things happen. I was at lunch today with a buddy, and they sent me the message and said, unfortunately, we have to cancel. An emergency came up. I said, don't worry, I understand. So I just wanted to come on because 5 o'clock our time was going to be Central Standard Time was going to be the interview. So I'm live now, but obviously I don't have the band with me. So unfortunately that things, happen, and that's, just the reality of doing a podcast, right? With famous musicians and famous people, right? Things happen. Emergencies come up, things come up. So I'm not upset at all, guys. So don't think that I'm not angry. I'm not, like I said, I was a little heartbroken. Yes, but definitely not upset. So with that being said, guys, I am going to sign off. I'm going to get ready for Jordan tomorrow. That's going to be awesome. I will hop on tomorrow during the day. I'll be live on TikTok for a little bit. I'll be live here. And I've done a couple of YouTube shorts. So I still plan on keeping everything up and running and going. Unfortunately, today just didn't happen. So with that being said, I apologize, but look for me tomorrow night with Jordan, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time with Dark Water. That's going to be awesome. And then please catch everything on YouTube. If you could subscribe to my channel, that would be great. If you give me a thumbs up, some likes, some follows, some shares, that'd be even better. Kind of do the social media thing for me. If I could return the favor in any way, guys, I can. If you need me to share something or boost something out for you guys, just let me know. Shoot me a message. I'll be more than happy to do that. I'm One Fun Guy Podcast at gmail.com. You can reach me there. You can send me a PM here. You can send me a PM on TikTok or on Instagram, however you want to get a hold of me, and we will go from there. So with that being said, guys, I am going to sign off, but I will see you guys tomorrow night live, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time with Dark Water. I will post more stuff with that coming in the near future. So look for me there, and I'll probably be on TikTok tonight for a little bit live. Just to kind of push everything out. So thank you guys again for the love and support on One Fun Guy Podcast across all the platforms. Please like, subscribe, follow, do the thing. You know what to do. I'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Central Standard Time with Dark Water. Have a good night, everybody.